the love of self to then show up in the world and move from this space. Alana is a beautiful channel with potent messages and genuinely seems to be spot on.
Right, here we go.
There is a place of light within that no darkness can touch. It cannot be shamed. It can never be made impure. It is never lost or darkened or unavailable to us, though we may forget sometimes, sitting in a darkened room and not realizing that we can stand up and walk into the light so close to us, just on the other side of the doorway to the heart. Whatever may arise, great joy, great sorrow, drop into your heart and offer it to the divine, gently bowing your forehead to your hands in prayer. Connect mind to heart. Let yourself have some peace. It wants you, you know. This oracle brings you an offering. The divine would like you to offer whatever is bringing your heart trouble, or of course, joy. The divine would like to receive this from you as a gift, that it may return to you some special blessing. Place your hands at your heart, and in a genuine reflection, perhaps you may choose to offer your heart burden or light now. Either will be joyfully received by the divine, and you shall be graced with a gift in return. Longing. The dance to move beyond the feeling that draws me forward to a place born within that calls my soul to feel complete.
I think it has to do with genuinely caring about spaces and people, especially those close to me that I offer myself, I give myself in generosity, and not feeling met. Not feeling met in the respect, honoring, and loyalty of the relationship. And that's not only like loverships, that's like brotherhood or so there's a story that's like my heart already. I create space sometimes between myself and people I deeply care about, in the fear that if I let them in too close or I give them too much or whatnot, that they will forget the blessing of our union, of our brotherhood, of our connection. And that the breakdown or the separation says something about me. You know, I'm choosing my words because it's like I don't want to be a victim, and you know, but this is just the heart speaking from like the gentle, tender boy that's filled with his wounds and not fully healed.
I feel this is where the radical unconditional self-love is the foundation and is so important. So all the energy that you're putting towards being this pillar and this brother and this lover, you know, outwardly, are you also consistently taking care of yourself and doing things that remind you to yourself, like to your inner child, that you are taking care of the inner child, that it's not for anyone else. And the more I feel we practice that and are in that space of self-loving awareness, that there's less expectation from others And knowing that, look how far we've come. And also,
Mm.
the journey never ends, so we're like one step in. The more we are aware of, how does this reflect back to me, showing up for yourself, always and always, is so important.
For me, I feel like in the past, there was that personal abandonment, like clear. And so I've been on this journey for a while, and I feel like I've made like marvelous strides in that direction. Like the whole journey of like coming to wholeness for me, like the theme has been like meeting, courting, loving my inner feminine, but it didn't have to be in those archetypal ways myself. I practice this like forgiveness and acceptance and allowing all of it. It's like I've gone from like maniac, like I used to be, like very toxic masculine and everything, to I would say like really allowing my heart to lead and compassionate and gentle and always leaning in for difficulty and creating space for what wants to emerge. And then getting in a place where it's like I have to create strict boundaries. And that sometimes feels like punishment or abandonment or like, but it's protection or self-care. For me, the most painful part of that is the separation that's being created because of it. And that I don't want the separation. Ultimately, like I'll stay in, I'll be in, and I'll stay in, and all of the things, but I can't because I'm being affected. My system is being wounded by being in the relating. And so there's some moments where taking a pause and stepping back is probably the best idea. And there's fear that we'll never get it back, or that I've lost something significant in my life. It's a bit of a challenging moment, but as they say, this too shall pass. This too shall pass.
Coming into a frequency, a vibration that is in alignment with what is, and see how we move from that space, being in alignment with what is. Then I feel it's wise to move beyond, instead of this idea of I'm letting go. Because again, if we're not separate from anything, there's nothing to let go of. So we're just moving beyond it. Like we moved beyond our little bed or crib, and then our little single bed, and that room and that house and those clothes. Like we're ever evolving, not just physically. So when we open ourselves up to that and have that awareness that there's and this is bigger picture, I'm not saying don't grieve and don't have the emotions. Absolutely sit with them and allow them, because part of the human experience is to have these experiences, but then be able to move beyond and resonate in that frequency that is in harmony with yourself.
It literally is just constantly dropping into the heart space and then telling the mind what to do, moving with right action. And I feel like it's where that comes from. Like this is what's right, if we will. This is what knows. The heart knows. There's heart math that shows like the heart knows before, and then that's the tool that this is. Just like the hands, the heart tells the mind what to do, and then we speak those words. It just takes patience and practice.
So Joy and I have been engaged in about a 15, 20, 25 minute talk about my share of dropping into the heart. It's been a sweet reflection, an opportunity to just say the things that are percolating inside of me, that in some ways are like so real, and other ways are just completely not and false. And as I hear the words coming out of my mouth, it's like, obviously not. But the process, the intentionality, the slowing down, the silence, the stillness is supporting me to feel more into myself, feel more into my heart, and just drop into the confidence that I'm on my path, I'm doing the things, I am moving with love, especially in comparison to who I was in the past, the long past. That the journey is long, but it's got its destination, and just trusting that and feeling the feelings and returning to trust.